Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Matt Mudama here with Goat Master and Trudy Mudama. Now, we came here for very many reasons, but one reason is because of inheritance. Like when I'm not here, she'll be able to take care of the farm, and you can see another inheritance. You can see the blessing of the year. Now, this belongs to Goat Master. And this is what you call an iron sharpening another iron going to here. Now, we are so privileged and so lucky to be here. And we've learned a lot. We've seen a lot. We've shared a lot. We've educated each other. And please, I'm really urging my fellow farmers, please visit each other. There's something that you learn, there's something that you'll be taught. You cannot know everything. And it will make you sharper than what you thought you know. Like for instance, today, what did I learn? What did you teach me?
The diarrhea one. What?
Yeah. Sorry. There's certain medicine at the coast. Yeah.
Esdine.
Yeah, Esdine. At the coast, we usually use Caroline when the animals are diarrheaing. But when I've come here, there's a more effective way how to control the diarrhea. Now, for those who would want, it's called what?
Esdine.
Yes,
and there's fluid and then there's the tablets.
So which one do you prefer?
You use both.
Both, eh?
Whichever is effective.
But now the effectiveness is by stopping the
Yes, the direct depends with the extent. For us, we don't like a lot of injections.
Yes.
So we go the soft. We have the soft version and the hard version. So the hard version is by injection. So whereby with the advice of a vet, depending with the frequency of the diarrhea.
Yes.
So we first begin. We try to breed animals that are not injected every night and day. So we try to go old school way. So you see the same Esdime is the one effective for cockroaches in chicken. So it does the same
for the animal.
It does the same magic.
For those who didn't know, I'm holding an 8 day 5.2 kg. Yeah, it's male or female?
Female. She's called Favor.
She's called Favor.
Yes.
That's 9 days, 8 days.
8 days.
So
8 days old.
You wanted this one, the kid, or this? This. Now you should be here and talk to him, and then we see. Now that is the beauty of going to visiting farms. You get not freebies, you get gifts. Now for 2023, I'm very sure no one there who has received such a beautiful animal. And the next 3 years, this will be the queen.
The queen, based on her name.
Yeah.
Favor will bring favorite kids.
Semi kitu mimi. Semi kitu. Nataka kuchukua. Kuonyesha. Okay. Chukua. Now you guys, me as I wind up, manze, as I go back to the coast, I've learned a lot. We are 1,900 meters above sea level. At the coast, we usually do between 300 and 0 degrees. In Kilifi Marireni Feedlot Farm, it's 9 meters above sea level. And what I've learned, these guys raise their houses because of, and also to generate some heat for the animals.
And hygiene as well, and avoiding of ammonia. So especially on this other side, the major issues are fleas. So especially for the kids, it's better raised side so that you do risk management in terms of, because you see, this one is not a kid.
Yes.
This is called a goat dividends. So when you're dealing, you see, unfortunate as Africans, we try to unfortunate as Africans, we try to embrace the whites as if they are messiahs. But for me, I say even the concept of stocks market, I always insist that stocks market began from Africa, whereby you dissect the word livestock and then stock market. So they took the stock and live. So they play with an algorithm, showing you some graphs here and there. However, this one now is like, this is the stock. What you see is what you get in the guys in the IT world.
Yes.
So at least now the traditional way is this is a banking. This is a traditional. Look at the way she's very beautiful.
I can see she's trying to circle also.
Yeah.
So we should not take too much time. Yeah.
So for anyone trying to venture out, I say my 3 takes. Take number 1.
Yes.
Don't invest in farming when you're retired. It's just like an expired drug. So it's not. Pardon my language, but what I mean is, farming is is like a military war. And a man cannot think rationally on an empty stomach.
Yes.
So you must prepare yourself in terms of feeds and shocks.
Yes.
So when you're piloting, just the way you have to visit fellow farmers.
Please.
So
please.
knowledge can never be in abundance. So as Matt says, an iron sharpens an iron.
Yes.
For me, I say for this structure, you require other woods to make it a structure.
Yes.
As well as in Nigeria, they say one tree cannot make a forest. So if you live in isolation, like unfortunately, most of the breeders think that if you cannot share knowledge, then you're making it big.
Kuficha white.
You realize that Matt himself is President Gala.
Yes.
But for me, I'm not an irrigation. I'm not an irrigation expert.
Yeah.
So you must know where your strengths are and where your weaknesses are. So that's why for me, I know he's happy, but for me, I thank him for gracing the occasion.
Yeah.
He speaks of the levels above the sea level. I cannot see a sea here, but I know in his language,
yes,
it means something.
Yes.
So, for instance, we are looking at towards sustainable farming.
Yes. Whereby
the insights I've learned from Matt is from the landscape perspective and what is the best pipe to use when it comes to irrigation, piping, as well as structuring. So you can imagine that's something which is quite expensive consultancy, but farmer to farmer. The same way I say America has several states. Africa has more states, more countries than America.
Yes.
Unfortunate bit is people decide to, a prophet is never welcomed in his hometown. So guys decide to farm elsewhere. Personally, I do my business with Africans. I import. You can just leave it.
Okay.
I import the goods from South Africans, fellow farmers. Why? It's called sustainability. For what we are working with as breeders, we are looking to an extent whereby we are doing Boer Gala process and to be able to export the breed back to South Africa. Goats that are taller and the adaptability. We are giving competition to the Boer, you know. So you realize when you do a cross of Boer and Gala,
yes,
you get the best breed. You get the height from the Gala.
Super.
You get adaptability. I know the president of Gala is very happy when I'm blowing the trumpet of Galas. So, but anyway, I'm not blowing the trumpet. However, for crossbreeding, even the Boer itself came from crossbreeding with the indigenous goats.
Yes.
The Savannah goat itself came from Boer goat as well as the indigenous goat. So you realize that there's high percentage that almost 90%, the F1 first generation will appear like a Savannah if you're using a stud Boer male. So you realize that the Gala has some white dominance. So the offspring on the first generation has higher coloration on the mother side. So that's why for me I say if you're starting farming, number two is do your risk management. That's what I was saying. If you are seated on a desk and you don't know what to do, pilot anything. Do chicken, do pigeons. The sky is not the limit. Whoever says that is not an aerospace guy. Elon Musk will tell you the sky is just but a measure. So try anything and try it well. If you are in employment, do it well in employment because farming requires, the first phases require financing.
Yes.
So if you see Matt Mudhama with some few goats behind his back, then you might be able to see that, wow, this guy has done it. But there are several storms that he has over. Yes, amepigana nayo sana. So that's why when you're piloting and you're at work, your risk appetite is controlled. Because if the animal dies, you still have your job. Because you are learning on the job.
Yes.
You can never Google sufficient information. That's why it's called Google. It means you'll have to Google again. So, but practice means whatever you learn at the farm, you see the way we have shared with Matt here, you realize that there's the exchange of knowledge.
A lot.
Whereby once you exchange the knowledge, there's a practice that you are doing on one farm, like in the southern coast. That was my former home when I was doing my French translations. So that's why when I see him, I see my second home. So you realize that without investing on strategic breeds, then leave the meat market. And my last point, if you're getting into a meat export, look at sustainability.
Please.
Do it upside down like a funnel. farmers, that's why I was saying Africans operate in isolation. Instead of, you have the market, but you're not coming together. So that's the I can say that is the weakness at all. You realize that there might be one person who has few parcels of land, but does not have the muscles for something, for even the goats. You can have Matt Mudama might have some few goats here and there, and you can tell him, Matt, you are in South Coast. I have a piece of land somewhere close. What can we do? Or you're an irrigation expert. Yes. Kindly assist me with expertise so that we see how we can do. So on his end, as the president of Gala, will be so impressed that so long as you just mention you are doing a Gala project, yeah? I'm just giving you free tier, although he's not hearing. So long as you just mention it's a Gala project, then of course consultancy will be at a given. Oh, you're saying free.
Almost free.
Yeah,
Free. Almost free.
Yes. So guys, ensure that we do food security, and last but not least, everyone is complaining about charges of livestock and taxes and everything. So for us, we can say as farmers, one tree cannot make a forest. Even the president himself needs help. He needs help in the sense of if there's a strategic breeders and farmers and they come together, he's not a stone, he's a human being. So long as there's a strategic move towards food security, so that now we show the value chain. We can borrow a leaf from our sister here in Tanzania, whereby even the farm inputs are zero rated.
Yes.
So that's something which can bring sustainability in terms of food. So long as we have food, you realize COVID taught us that without food we are nothing. So there's nothing to export, there's nothing to import, but with food security is everything. As one judge said, man cannot think rationally on an empty stomach. So I close by it. And thank you, Matt, for visiting. Thank you for bringing your daughter. For me, I had a story with her. She's also a breeder. I told her she's a breeder because my first breeding line was a sick dog. I'm an animal guy. So for breeding, it begins from you. So that's why for farming, even if you have a lot of cash, that is cash for another investment. If you are good in another business, do another business, not necessarily farming.
Yeah.
Animals must also choose you.
Thank you.
So invest wisely. Do a pilot and then do scale up. That is it. So thank you. And we continue the ambassadorial concept of goat farming. And those in diaspora, we are open to sharing of information. It's not about being built, but it's about us building each other. Don't waste your entire life in a foreign land and come back home crying. So have a strategic life, because in your old age, as I mentioned, just like expired drug, do something meaningful, do something that gives you peace. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. See you in 2024. Bye.